Singing all night long wasn't easy for a number of reasons.
Let's talk about that.
Hello, this is Kellen from Missouri. Good Mythical Morning.
Good Mythical Morning.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Rhett and Link Kommunity. See, I did that. If our mascot was a cow, that would be a great way to say community, but it's not. It's a cockatrice, which makes a cock-a-doodle-doo sound, I guess. Breathes fire. Anyway, go to the Rhett and Link Community, go to our website, click on Beast, and just go crazy. Do whatever you want, as long as it's legal.
It's a place to go nuts without upsetting anyone. Speaking of the Cockatrice, thanks to the forum within the community, where, perfect example, you can contribute to things. You, Mythical Beast, who wrote over there, decided the name of the Cockatrice. He is now called Belvedere. Congratulations to Gumbo123.
After Mr. Belvedere, the great sitcom of the 80s.
No, after the Belvedere Castle, which is in Central Park of New York. I didn't know there was a castle.
That's a myth.
We'll throw the picture up there.
Okay, if you pay attention to our main channel, you may have seen that we recently released a video called Singing All Night Long, All Night Long. Literally all night long. Something like that.
So we thought we would take the next few minutes to field some questions. Go. No, we're going to answer questions that we anticipate that you have.
And I've seen some of these questions. I mean, on the Twitter and on the Facebook and on the community and all these places, people have asked some questions. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we have seen multiple times is, okay, how hard was this? Did you guys not have a voice at the end of the night?
Well, there's two components. One is just pulling an all-nighter, staying up all night. And then the second component is, okay, and you're singing, so how does that impact your vocal cords? So I'd like to start by saying I'm not good at just staying up all night.
We're not really night people in general.
Oh, yeah, we're bad at that. I will say...
We like to sleep at night.
I can count on probably one hand...
There's 5 fingers on one hand, so
you
got up to 5.
Number of all-nighters I've had in my entire life. That's including... I only did like 1 or 2 all-nighters in college, and one of those was to go snowboarding. It wasn't even for studying. Yeah. But I was most nervous about just staying awake.
Well, I wasn't nervous about staying awake because if you're engaged in doing something and you have a goal, which incidentally, I will say, I wasn't tired. You know, we finished the entire night up on top of, what was that, Mount Wilson? We drove up to Mount Wilson near the observatory so we could see the sunset, and we didn't have to look through all the smog of LA to see the sunrise, sorry. And I remember the first time it hit me that I was tired was coming back down the mountain.
When you fell asleep.
No one was talking.
No, it was when you see me lay down in the video, I literally fell asleep. And of course, it time lapses, and then I woke back up. I fell asleep.
I was very uncomfortable. I laid down in the
wrong way. I was uncomfortable, but I was tired.
My neck was like on a cactus or something.
But the voice part of it was the big unknown, and I was surprised that I didn't have any problem. My voice didn't get raspy or anything like that. But you had some trouble. I don't know if it was psychosomatic or what, but a couple of days before this event, I started getting a sore throat. Well, it didn't help the cause that we recorded the epic rap battle of manliness where we were yelling at the top of our lungs. Like 3 days before we started. 3 days before we did this thing.
Yeah, so I was yelling.
Don't do that.
I lost my voice recording the epic rap battle of manliness. And then I was regaining my voice over the next couple of days. You okay there? You broke your thumb there.
Pull my thumb off.
That's one of the 5 fingers that you count on one hand. So don't lose it, because then you can only say 4 times. So I was losing my voice, and then we were over at Chris Crutchfield's house, who actually shot this thing for us, and a friend of his was like, who's a singer, said, you need to get some of this stuff. Singer's Saving Grace. He said, go to Whole Foods and get this as some sort of natural remedy. You spray it in there. It tastes like trash, let me tell you right now. If you want to,
but it smells great.
If you want to taste like if you were to bite into a Christmas tree that had been at the bottom of a dumpster like 4 days after Christmas, and it had been dipped in dumpster juice, that's what this stuff tastes like.
Oh, gracious.
And I got to say that I think that stuff had a negative impact on me. I don't know if it was psychosomatic or what, but
it's in your mind.
All I know is that an hour into it, and you'll see this if you watch the uncut version, I started really getting scared about being able to make it, and my throat was getting really tight and stuff. And I'll tell you, whenever we went and interacted with people, like when we went to Vicious Dogs and there was a group of people, and then at the house party scene later in the night, when there was a group of people and I felt like I was entertaining somebody, my voice like came back and
adrenaline.
Your breath right now. because of that stuff.
It doesn't stink. It smells like that.
It smells like a tree dipped in dumpster juice.
And that's not bad to everybody. It's refreshing.
Maybe if you're a raccoon, it smells good. I'm a human. Anyway,
I think I may have found my calling, being able to sing for days on end, because I suffered no repercussions. But the thing that really got me was just the planning and the execution of the whole thing as far as scheduling. You know, I mean, we found that the key to the thing was we had to schedule each thing such that it was gonna be edited in chronological order with things compressed but nothing taken out. So we had to decide, okay, by this point in the evening, we're only concentrating on this part of the song because we know that this line happens at this place in the song.
We weren't montaging the whole thing together. We had to piece it together chronologically.
Right, so simply put, the first half of the evening, every time we sang the second half of the song, which was every 4 minutes, it didn't matter for the final cut.
Right.
But for the principle of it, we still had to sing it. So, I mean, you'll see in the 11-hour version that, you know, we sang quietly when we knew it was the part that didn't count. But
and you could call that cheating, but I don't think so. We were
singing,
yeah.
but it was quiet. But I mean, it was kind of mind bending to figure it out. We were on the Santa Monica Pier and we knew it was pretty early, so it was raise the roof and have some fun.
But we knew we couldn't think of that while we were doing it. So that's why we created this schedule that has like 50 different segments on it. And Jason was carrying this thing around and making sure that we were staying on task. And so basically what we had is we had a time where we had to be somewhere, the lyrics of the song that we were supposed to be focusing on, the visual that we were supposed to be capturing, and then the address for where we needed to be going next.
So we saw this baby and we knew we had to, all right, we're supposed to sing Raise the Roof and Have Some Fun. We need to find something entertaining to do, someone to sing with. Oh, there's a baby in a stroller. So we were about to, we were at the beginning of the song. We had like a few seconds. We asked this woman, one of us is singing, the other one's asking the woman. You can see this in the 11-hour version. Hey, can we sing to you in the video? Let's back up here. Let's set up the shot. Right. And then we had to wait 4 minutes for it to come back around to that point just so we could sing that one line. And then we moved on.
And that was the whole night. And some stuff, first of all, almost every single thing that you see in the video was according to some kind of plan, except for like those random occurrences. Like, well, we knew we were going to interact with somebody. We didn't know it was going to be a baby. It was better because it was a baby. But for instance, at 9:35 p.m. here on the schedule, we have that right after we leave Vicious Dogs, the restaurant, then we're supposed to sing Lose Yourself in Wild Romance and approach a couple on the street. So we literally walk out of Vicious Dogs and there's this couple walking down the street. I mean, it is Los Angeles, so seeing a couple walking down the street isn't that serendipitous. But we immediately approached them and said, hey, will you be in our video? And will you kiss when we say this line? And they were like, okay. And they did it. So it's pretty much kind of piecing that together. But
then there were certain key points where we wanted to plan things out. Like, okay, we wanted to invite a good number of our friends to Vicious Dogs. They opened up the restaurant for us. Willie opened up the restaurant just so we could shoot there. And then, of course, the house party scene where we shot, and we invited you. We made the announcement, invited
Thanks for coming.
Anyone who wanted to show up to be there.
One of the things that I think you should definitely check out in the 11-hour uncut version is our interaction with the Popo. Because as we got ready to get on the LA Metro, the subway system, serendipitously, we ran into a guy from the sheriff's department and like his
crony,
his partner, and they're sitting there and they're like, you can see there in the final video, they're like, oh, where are you going with that? And shut it off. And then they basically told us to shut it off, and we ended up talking them.
I don't know why. Yeah, they said disturbing the peace or something.
And then we said, well, we're just going to go down and we're going to sing it. We're going to just sing in the subway, and we won't use this amplification, so we used our phone. And that's why while we're on the subway, Link has his phone. But if you'll notice in the background of the main video, you can see that not only did they tell us that we couldn't sing, they followed us after we got down there. We got into the subway and we were waiting for it to go. They come and they get in our subway car and they just wait and look at us. And several times, 4 or 5 times while we were singing, he came up to us and was like, that's not a whisper. Even though he said he was a Lionel Richie fan, he was like, yep, I think you're getting a little bit louder than a whisper.
We made him seem friendlier in the 4-minute cut than he actually was.
So apparently it's illegal to sing louder than a whisper on the subway. That can't be true.
I mean, the woman beside us never woke up.
Yeah.
It has to be okay. Something smells like dumpster juice, like Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And a dumpster
It's
juice.
coming out of here and going into there.
What?
On you.
What is that? Can you even do that?
The last thing we want you guys to do is obviously one of the reasons that we did this idea is because we're huge fans of Lionel Richie. Have been for a very long time. if you've kept up with what we do, you know that we love the way that he poses, and we love the way that he sings, and we love this song.
Ow!
And we just want to. I'm guessing that he's already seen this. I don't know. Somebody's already shown him this. But listen, we want to make sure that Lionel Richie sees this video. He has a Twitter account. I don't know if some assistant checks it or whatever, but we want at least Lionel Richie's assistant to see this video and then talk him into sitting down and taking a second out of his busy schedule to watch it.
Tweet Lionel Richie and say, hey, have you seen this video dedicated to you? Tweet his daughter, too.
Yeah, tweet everybody. Anybody with the last name Richie. You know what? You should tweet Rick Schroeder because he played Richie Rich, didn't he? No, he didn't.
He was on Silver Spoons. He was like the sitcom
Don't do that. Just tweet Lionel Richie and Nicole Richie. Get them to watch this and say, you know what? You should be in one of these guys' videos because next time they do this, you should end the video and be in there, Lionel.
Okay. Well, let's end this video. Is that what you said? End the video?
You know, my father-in-law looked into having Lionel Richie perform at my wedding reception.
And what was the rate on that?
Expensive.
You can say it. How much?
I think at least $100K just to come in and perform.
I'm not giving you time. I'm afraid of what's behind
hold on. Before you think, this is crazy. Is this 2 in a row? This is 2 in a row. Okay, we're going to have to go back to single spots. The black one is supposed to be bad. Okay? I don't know what it is, but it's supposed to be a bad thing.
Water gun fight.
Oh, it's not bad.